Welcome back to Runaway with Taberland, and today is an exciting episode. So if you've been looking at these campers online on YouTube and you've been wondering how big are they actually on the inside, well, I got my handy dandy tape measure and I'm gonna
Aw, so tiny. Aww.
No, not the 6-foot one. And I got my handy dandy tape measure, 30 foot should do it, to measure the insides. I'm gonna measure the floor. How truly 6 by 8 is it on the inside? Because you gotta take in wall dimensions. How high these windows are. So if you're planning a bed system, how high do you have to come up before you hit the window? And how high it is from the floor to the shelf they put in. So let's get started. Let's do the outside first. Is it a truly 6 foot by 8 foot camper? Let's measure. So it's gonna be hard to get some of these angles, so I'm gonna try my best for you, but I'll show you the tape measure in case I say a measurement wrong, which I'm known to do occasionally.
He is, however, an idiot.
So stick around if you really want to know the true measurement of a runaway camper to see if it fits your needs and your family. Stick with me.
Huh? What? No. What?
All right, let's check the true length. Is it really 8 feet? We're gonna find out.
This fence is terrible. Hope it'll last.
So as I measure this, I'm gonna give a shameless plug to my channel. So, oh, look at that. It is right at 8 feet. Let me show you the front. And yes, I did have to hold it down with a piece of tape up there. But look at that, right at 8 feet. A little bit bigger than 8 feet. Not bad. Let's check the back.
Baby got back.
And look at that. Oh, almost a little over 6 feet. So yes, it truly is a 6 foot by 8 foot box. Really the true test, and what I think is the most important thing to measure, is this door frame, because people wonder, especially on videos, you really can't judge a video on how big a door is. Let's measure just the door frame. I am gonna use my tiny one for this. So from where it pops out to where it pops out, you know, it's tough being nearsighted. So as luck would have it, I had to move into the garage because it started raining. So I'm sorry if the lighting is not as good as outside, but let's do these door frames because, as I said before, they have a little lip on them and it is pretty tight. I can't lie. So, well, I'm a big guy, so it's tight for me.
Tight like a tiger.
And I don't know how much I'm gonna edit out of the first time I tried to do this, but let's try it again. I put a little rubber seal around this that I got from Amazon, and anything I use in my videos, I put it in the description below so you can find it in case you wanted to use the same product. If you don't, the best part, you can go to the link and find the product, and then it'll give you all those suggestions on other products in different price ranges. So just use my link as a navigational tool, not exactly the product I use unless you want to, but it'll help you find other items in different price ranges. All right, I'm talking too much. So let's measure this inside door. So measuring across, let's try that again with a little more light. Measuring across, it measures 20 3/4 right there, 20 3/4 with the rubber thing on it. So basically on a ruler, the half line is the 1/2 line, and the next two largest lines is the 1/4 and the 3/4. So it's on the larger side of a half, so 3/4. Maybe I'll put up a graphic up so you can see what I'm talking about. So the back door is a lot wider, but it does have that little lip like the front door. So let's measure that one from protrusion to protrusion. And this is quite larger at 37 3/4. So again, like the front, the 3/4, just right past that half. Let me just show you. While you look at my messy garage. So you can see 3 feet, 1 inch, and 3/4. So while I'm down here, let's go ahead and measure the floor space, and I will need my bigger measuring tape for that.
Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
So let's go ahead and measure the floor and see how truly 6 by 8 this is. All right. So that's actually 7 foot 9 inches. 7 foot 9 inches interior. So, but let's measure east to west this time, going across. How truly is it? Is it 6 foot? I bet you're guessing no, but let's check it out. So the interior is actually 68 inches, which is 5 foot 8 inches widthwise. 5 foot 8 inches widthwise. So if you're trying to decide what kind of bed to put in, you always give yourself a couple, maybe an inch or two of wiggle room, because you don't want to rubbing on the walls.
And rubbing, son, is racing.
You know what I mean? As I'm sitting here, so we're going from the floor to the bottom of the windowsill. And I like to do it like right here where the nuts are, where I'm not going like, or I'm pressing on glass, but just right here to the nuts. But I'm gonna get real close so you can see what that looks like regardless. So from the floor there, let me zoom in for you. So basically to the bottom of the frame is 19.5 inches. So make your bed slightly under around 19 inches if you're gonna do your bed in here. Anything higher, you risk going into the glass while you're sleeping. So that's just my recommendation, but you know, do what you want. And if you're wondering what center height on this, excuse my messy garage, we're right at 46 inches tall in the center. And let's check the back. And as you can see on the back, we're right at 43 inches because of this does slope going down on both sides. Now these next two measurements are on the front of the Runaway. So we're gonna measure how high the shelf is and how high the AC unit is. So if you're thinking of putting shelves right here, this will tell you how high each one is so you can build your shelves accordingly if you're handy. I'm not handy, so I got another shelf, which I'll show you right here. All right, there's my shelf. Oh my God. So as you know, I'm trying to get you the best angles on these measurements, which isn't always easy in a tiny camper and a phone. But here we are at 21 inches and a half. Oops.
Butterfingers.
So let's try that again. 21 inches and a half. And I'm measuring, let me zoom in. I'm measuring down here at this bottom lip, not the top here, but this bottom lip. And that is right at 21 and a half inches. So that's how far up you can come. But you kind of have to work around the power cable of it too. So keep that in mind when trying to figure out your shelf system down here by the AC unit. All right, the shelf. How tall is the shelf? So as you see here, the top is almost 3 feet, but we're looking at the bottom, which is 34 inches and looks like 3/4 again. So I don't know if this is standard. I can't be sure this is standard on every Runaway. That's what mine is. Because, you know, they install the shelves at their factory. I'm sure they have their set ones on how high they put it. Now, I did mention I'm not very handy with measuring, so that's why I'm showing you. The best part is I told my wife I was going to do a video on measuring the Runaway because I always wanted to know how actual size was. And yeah, she made fun of me. She's like, it's not really your strong suit. But here we are. So I'm glad I'm showing you as well as trying to figure it out myself. So when measuring the door, I forgot to measure how high the door is. Whoops. So from the floor to the top, 42 inches. So 3 feet, 6 inches, right? So we got that going. Now that is from the bottom floor base. Now there is a little lip when you get in. So if I add the little lip to it right here when you get in, you're now at 41 inches and a 1/16. So what I'm trying to show you is this. And there's the lip. All right, here we are on the floor. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, folks, but it's not happening. So it looks like 3/4, a little under 3/4. It's the lip. That helps.
Not really.
So let's go check out the back door now. So at the back door, wow, it's smaller than the side doors. I mean, lengthways, height. So we're right at 39 inches from the floor, the actual floor of the Runaway, to the top of the back door. The back door, in case I didn't say it 5 times now. So, and then, but like the front entrance, it has that lip. So that's how tall it is. So if you're getting stuff in it, that's how tall it is. And that'll be the last measurements, unless there's something I didn't measure that you are curious about. Like, you know, the small things, like how far is the wall from the window? You know, let me just do that real quick. So to the frame, to the wall, to the window, to the wall.
Don't sing that.
Is 21.5 inches. Gotta take my word for it. So that's how much space you got right here. And the funny thing is, like, if you're gonna measure to put like a TV, like on the back wall or the front wall, I guess I should measure from the AC unit to the side. But I think someone determined last time that you can actually ask, you know, let's find out. I'm going to the Runaway Rally. I think it's next year, but I think February. So I finally signed up for it. So if you're going to the rally, I can't wait to meet you. I'm going to really ask them, can you move the AC unit to the right-hand side? Let me show you what I'm talking about. So my previous opinion, if you haven't seen my last videos, I want to move the AC unit to the campsite area, that space over here. Because I always felt like it would be easier if you want to turn on and off your AC unit from the campsite. You just come in the door and turn it instead of having it in the middle. Someone said in the comments that you can ask Runaway to put it on the side. So I personally don't know. I'll ask them at the rally, but I gotta show you what I'm working with. And if you want to put a small TV next to the AC unit, let's see what that measurement is real quick. So this will be a quick and easy measurement. Let me get it centered so you know I'm not lying to you. So should we do the frame or the actual unit? Let's do the actual unit to the wall. 27 inches right there. If you do the frame, that is 25.5 inches. So 25.5, 27 for a nice TV right here. But, you know, if they move it to the side, you have a lot more room to work with. So sorry for the extreme close-up, but I'm working in tight quarters. And I truly hope this is helping you figure out how big a Runaway is, actual numbers, and maybe it helps you decide what you're gonna get and how you're gonna decorate it. It's mainly for the people that are getting one and they wanna know how big the inside is so they can start adjusting things according to plan. Like, you shouldn't do this. Talk about putting all your eggs in one basket, but I did the same thing. When I ordered my Runaway, it took 6 to 7 months to get it custom like I did. And I was just ordering stuff for it. Ordering, and like half the stuff I had to take out because I didn't measure correctly or assumed the wrong measurement. So if you're gonna, before I go outside, if you're gonna get padding on the floor in here, which most people do, they put a padding because you're crawling around in here. I have it because I like it au natural.
TMI, too much information.
But if you're gonna put a padding, the lip, as I was talking about on the bottom where the door frame is about 1/2 inch. So keep that in mind when buying your flooring for the Runaway. You really don't want to go above that lip because you don't want it overlapping your door frame, I guess. But yeah, it's right at, so it looks like 3/4. Well, the subfloor is pretty comfortable if you ask me. So there you have it, folks. There are the measurements that I can think of that are, important to knowing the inside of a Runaway. It truly is on the outside 6 foot by 8 foot, maybe a little bit bigger than 6 foot by 8 foot, but not by much. So I hope this this helped you. I hope it didn't hurt you in any way. Or you just found the guy on YouTube who should never measure anything again because he is pretty terrible at it.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
But for those of you that know measurements like perfectly and I might have messed something up, I do apologize. Let me know in the comments how bad I did on that. For those it did help, please let me know in the comments. So, and if there's anything I missed that you actually want to know what's the size of something, a true size of something, please let me know. And on a happier note, next week I will announce who won the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And since then, I've gained another 177 subscribers. So this channel is doing super well, and it's all thanks to you. It's getting to that 3,000 giveaway. It's going a lot quicker. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. And if you made it this far, I really appreciate your time in watching this video. So next week is the winner. Other exciting news. I took my other channel that was just called Taberland and I turned it into Cruising with Taberland. So that channel is struggling. So if you enjoy cruising and you enjoy this face and this voice and this horrible laugh, please check out Cruising with Taberland and support that channel as well if you want to. If you don't like cruising, don't worry about it. We'll just take the camping on this channel. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next Runaway with Taberland. And I think I got a campground book, so getting exciting. This weather's getting good, except for today. It's raining, so that's why we have to do it in the poor lighted garage. Poor lidded garage. I don't know how you say that. Can someone correct my grammar on that too? Because if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know I say things wrong. I say things wrong all the time. All right. Have a great weekend.